If your attacks keep failing, make sure to work on your target selection and execution. In this position, there's only one real weakness, and everything revolves around it. I had the black pieces in the first round of the London Mind Sports Open, and when I showed this position to my students, a lot of them suggested bishop to h6 to try and activate the bishop. But that's completely the wrong idea, and it goes to show that they didn't grasp the fundamentals of this position, which is that white's one big weakness is on g3. g3 is a weakness because the pawn is fixed on g3 thanks to our strong pawn on f5, and also g3 cannot be supported by another pawn. If this pawn had been back on h2, then white would have a hugely solid position with no weaknesses. However, because we have this set up on h3, g3 is going to be where we focus our attack. Now, one of my stronger students suggested the move queen g5, and he had a very good idea here, which is to place the bishop on e5. However, it's not quite correct. The move I played here was queen to h6, and you'll see in a moment why this is more accurate. My opponent brought in his last piece, rook b to e1. We continue with our plan for the bishop, and my opponent defends g3. He knows that I'm coming for the attack here, but I'm still going to continue, and he's going to have problems. Rook comes to g8, rook e to f3, and we bring in our other rook e7. My opponent over defends, he's trying to tussle up, and we finally bring in our rook. King drops back to h1 to try and get off this diagonal, and now this is the final straw which breaks the camel's back, which is that we're going to bring the queen into the attack onto this pawn with rook g5. My opponent played a4, and now queen g7. And this was the setup that we were aiming for from the starting position. And it's very important that we have the queen behind the rook, because if we started with queen g5 and ended up like this, even though we have 3 attackers, there's no way that we can take, because we never want to trade a queen for the rook. But since we have this perfect setup, white has no way to defend. We have a huge threat of bishop takes f4, and white has no way to recapture. So in the game, my opponent retreated the knight, but then I simply win the pawn and eventually won the game.